So some of the tips to add cognition work into your exercise program. One of the things you can do is stimulate the brain with activities like reading, socializing, and online classes. We are, which we've all learned, I think even more importantly now, due to the pandemic and causing us to lose a lot of our social connections, that we are social beings and that our brain tends to be sharper when we're out and we're active and we're engaging with people. So a lot of that has had to switch to online classes. We've had some resistance from people who didn't necessarily feel that an online class or an online support group would be beneficial to them. But once we got them in there and they started using it, they did find that it is easy to navigate, and there also is a great benefit from it, and that we are learning to connect in different ways. Reading is something that any of us can do at any given time. So picking up a book, it doesn't have to be something like an encyclopedia, even a magazine. If you want to read the latest tabloids, that's okay too. Learn all about what's going on with Prince Harry and the Duchess and Duchesses. I think I said that correct. I just learned all about that recently. I think, like many of us, we got a little more involved with British royalty than we were used to. So, but again, it's doing things that are going to stimulate the mind and to kind of be outside of just that day-to-day conversating that you may have, with your wife or your children or people that you spend a lot of your time with. Mixed skill-based and aerobic exercises. So mixed skill-based, something like boxing is mixed skill-based because you're moving your upper body, you're using your feet. For us, we use combinations. So we're using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So a punching combination would be something like a 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. And that 1 is, I'll just explain it real quickly. A 1 would be a jab, a 2 would be a cross, and a 3 would be a left hook for a right-handed hitter. So what you're doing is when you're throwing that punch, you have to think about the instructor just yelled out a 1. Okay, that's my jab, which is my left hand. So I punch forward at that and going through. So we're adding that cognition piece into our physical and aerobic workout. There are other little tips and tricks you can do. We have noticed that some people living with Parkinson's disease that are struggling with some cognition issues, and more specifically, those cognition issues are leading to some visual perception issues, that if we leave a light on or we have brighter lights, that they have a better ability to navigate the room and to not get as confused or confused at all. Now, there's another side to that where a very bright room, and more specifically, I'm looking to my windows over there where you get a lot of sunlight coming in, can also be blinding. So it's finding that balance and making sure that if you're dealing with someone who's living with Parkinson's disease or dementia or Alzheimer's, that you're not sitting with your back to a bright light or a bright window, because that can kind of distort their perception, and then it's leading them to think more about that light than the conversation.